What's up, guys? This is the Asian Pitbull here, and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Raw Watch or Skip. Now, let's be honest, this episode, let's get this over with. This was a terrible episode, especially considering it was a go-home show for Extreme Rules. This was just terrible. Last week, it was pretty good. And last week was like the official first show where Paul Heyman took over. And then it feels like this week, things just went back to the old Monday Night Raw. It's just the same old boring matches and the same old storylines. The first match, okay, so if you are not familiar with this format, basically I will let you know my thoughts on whether you should watch certain matches or certain segments or not. If not, just save your time because our time is precious and go do some other things. 3 hours of Monday Night Raw is a chore. We don't have that kind of time. Our time is precious. So just listen to my video and take it what you will. But these are my recommendations. So the mixed tag match, watch it for the... I'm sorry, I have to take out my notes. Watch it for the mix-up between Seth Rollins, Universal Champion, and Andrade, because there's a bit of wrestling over there, exchanging, countering moves that I like. So if you're into that, please go and watch it because it's between two very talented athletes that we seldom see nowadays. They are talking about the Twitter war between the girls. I don't care about Twitter war. Bring it to the ring. Nowadays, this generation, I give up. And then the rest of the match, you can just skip the match basically if you're not into this storyline. But there was one weird stipulation. I didn't know that mixed tag match, the rules is that if one person is pinned, the match doesn't end. The match continues, just that the whoever lost is eliminated. So in this case, Becky pinned oh my gosh, I forgot her name, and she was eliminated, but the men's match still went on. What a weird rule. Anyway, the faces won, of course, and after that, Corbin and Lacey just show up out of nowhere with the sneak attack again. Just so typical. Skip. Just skip this one. Next, we have a Paul Heyman in-ring promo, and I'm not gonna say anything bad about Paul Heyman. He's a genius, he's a mastermind, and every time Paul Heyman is on screen to cut a promo is our privilege. So you must watch this. But the gist of this is just he's continuing the Purveyor of Paranoia storyline. Will Lesnar show up at Extreme Rules? And Seth Rollins as well as Kofi have to be careful because both of them have title defenses on that pay-per-view itself. And well, I hope to see Lesnar, but I don't know. So yeah, watch this promo because it's another good ticket selling promo by Heyman. Next, look at the random names on this. Miz, Usos, Elias and Revival. I'd rather you just have a storyline between Usos and Revival. And here's another thing. Isn't Elias on SmackDown? And he just randomly shows up on Raw. What the fuck is this wildcard rule? It sucks. People just randomly appearing across show without any rhyme or reason, without any build up. Then what's the point of mixed brands? Skip this match. Next, Mysterio is back. Rey Mysterio is back from injury, and he is good to see him back. He's in good shape, but he comes back and is a jobber to Bobby Lashley. And I think this is the first time that I see that somebody with a big comeback like this, and mind you, Rey Mysterio, a legend like this, comes back and loses his first comeback match. Anyway, in this, so basically he was cutting a promo saying that he's back and better than ever, issues an open challenge. Lashley, out of all people, is back, healed from his injury. We don't see Strowman in this episode at all. And then in my mind, it's like Rey's gonna die, and he does. But you should watch this segment, and this first of all, it's getting rarer and rarer to see Rey. So whenever you have the chance to see legends like this before they retire, go do so. And it's interesting matchup. The unique styles, a monster like Lashley and Mysterio being the legendary high flyer he is. And Rey can still pull off his moves in this match. But the match ends with, oh my fucking god, what a spear by Lashley. Take notes, Roman. And he wins 1, 2, 3. And after the match, he tries to destroy Rey Mysterio. And he just, instead of throwing him through the Titantron, he throws him amongst the referee. And he warns, who's that, Strowman, that I forgot exactly what he said, but he's just gonna kick Strowman's ass. Yeah, he's gonna be the last man standing because that's a stipulation, and I hope that's the last match I ever see between them. Next, skip this Cesaro and No Way Jose. Viking Raiders. If you love to see squash matches, then I guess you can see this, but just skip because it's basically a 2-minute squash match against local competitors. Next one, this is probably the most interesting storyline, one of the most interesting storyline going in WWE right now. Ricochet, the up and coming upstart phenomenal, no pun intended for AJ Styles. He goes against the club. So all 3 members of the club come out. Ricochet is cutting a promo, and then here's my comments about Ricochet. Okay, he's just his voice. He has a very childlike voice. And he cuts this good guy promo, and he I mean, it depends on how you book him, but he gives me Rey Mysterio vibes, in the sense that there's no edge to him and there's no dark side to him. But when you see him in ring and you see his look, you just, wow, he's $1 million talent asset. But like someone said in Reddit, he's a charisma vacuum, which I fully agree. But I still love him. No, I still love Ricochet. Just unbelievable the things he can do in the ring. And I hope that, you know, he proves me wrong and he continues to build himself and improve in the mic work, in the character building, and not just because the in-ring, all that will become one-dimensional. So anyway, the club comes out and yeah, watch this. There was a recap of last week's beatdown. If you're not sure, the club turned heel last week and beat the hell out of Ricochet. And then we started off with a match between Ricochet and Luke Gallows. So Ricochet wins with the roll-up, and Styles actually takes the mic and uses Ricochet's words against him, because he says that Ricochet previously said that he will take on all 3 of the club. So he does so, and the next is against Anderson, and just back and forth interference, all that shenanigans, but he wins with the 630 splash. Immediately Styles attacks him, the club kills him again, and then Styles tells him to stay down, kid. But of course the ultimate babyface is not gonna stay down, and then they go back and he with the phenomenal forearm and just knocks him out. So this is probably one of the more interesting storylines going on, and I mean, I can't see storyline wise, I can't see any way Ricochet is gonna win this Sunday on Extreme Rules because of the outside interference, the presence of the club, and you still have AJ Styles. So logically speaking, I will go with AJ Styles for the win this Sunday. Next we have the Women's Beat the Clock Challenge. Basically, is between Bayley and Nikki Cross, and I'll just tell you the result now. Nikki Cross actually beat the clock, and because of that, her best friend Alexa can choose a stipulation on Extreme Rules for the women's title match. So it seems that still Cross is still brainwashed, and there's nothing special about this storyline. And my comment is that Alexa Bliss, you got the best job in the world, because you don't have to show up on TV and you still get paid. And last, we have the main event. Throughout this show, they were building up to the mystery partner for Roman Reigns, and eventually they found this cleaner guy called Gary Gabbard. Okay, he's the butt of all jokes, I'm sure, but he's supposed to put on a mask. So when he came out, we thought it's him, is the black guy, the black cleaner. Then after that, he gets beat up. You should watch this match for the highlights and for the gimmick, but just the highlights, okay, like just the YouTube highlights. Save your time on the introduction, the promo, all that. Then anyway, halfway throughout the match, as he was about to be, killed by Shane McMahon, he suddenly like can fly. Okay, suddenly with the kick, and you see over here the picture, he can flip flop fly around like a sport monkey, and so obviously he's a talent, right? And then but out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre with the Claymore pins him 1, 2, 3. The heels win. Everyone is shocked. Okay, obviously, how come this crazy cleaner can fly? But eventually, they went to beat down on this Garbat, but Roman saves him and takes off the mask, and it's revealed it's actually Cedric Alexander. So here's the thing. Yes, it's a good match, and you watch for the match. But how does it tie into the Undertaker storyline? And this is the go home show, how does this... It's a nice gimmick. It's entertainment. But how does this tie into the storyline, man? And this is the go home show. I don't get it at all. Backstage segments should you watch. Yes, Street Profit appeared 2 times, so if you haven't seen them before, check them out. They're high energy. Like I said, they remind me of Crime Time. But my problem is, why is their role just hyping up other people and hyping up other matches and being fanboys or just making predictions? Don't you have a program for them? Just skip the others like the 24/7 and the Mariah and Mike Kanellis, and watch the Roman Reigns interview, though short and sweet. Roman has a presence, and there was an interview by Corey interviewing Seth and Becky. Watch if you want, but it's a throwaway, okay? Because like Becky is just speaking all the time, and Rollins is just there silent. Why is he playing second fiddle? You're the fucking Universal Champion, no? My last beef is, where the fuck is Firefly Fan House? It's been 2 weeks since. No news, no segments, no nothing. I had a little bit hope when they were actually spotted backstage, the different gimmicks, hidden amongst the backstage prop. But now what? It's just silently gonna disappear. No in-ring debut, no nothing. At this point, I have no hopes that they are gonna debut. Wyatt and the Fiend is gonna debut at Extreme Rules. I just have no more hopes already. What the fuck is WWE doing? I'm not even gonna spend my saliva and time wasting on ranting about Firefly Fun House. I'm not sure about you guys, but come on, this is bullshit. Don't try to insult my intelligence and just waste this gimmick after 1 month, 1.5 months of building this up, and you just suddenly disappear with no news, no nothing. Even if it shows up at Extreme Rules, it's gonna be failed. I guarantee you that, because there's no build up. There's no even hint. Not even a damn hint. Ridiculous. That's why this product sucks nowadays. One of the issues. Shitty show. A throwaway. This is my title. A throwaway go home show for a throwaway pay-per-view. Extreme Rules. Look at the difference between last week and this week. This is the Asian Pitbull signing out.